Hey folks, how's it going? This is Yash. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 platforms and 2 bonus platforms that you can use in order to post and promote your software and SaaS products. Now, I have been in tech for 10 years now, and majority of my time has been mostly on the product and growth side of things, and technical side had been relatively less until I started my own company where I started writing my own code. So I've been in both mindsets, both technical and marketing, and I think I'll be able to guide you through what is the best approach for developer who is currently in the developer mindset in order to promote and get users for their product. The very first platform that I can think of, and I'm assuming that most of you might have already heard about this platform, it's called Product Hunt, where you can essentially launch your product. And the best part about the platform is that it has a huge community of people who are ready to engage with you even if you don't have any community right now to begin with. Plus, if you end up being in top 10, this can bring you the amount of backlinks that are worth $300 to $400, which you would otherwise have to pay if you were to not launch on the platform itself. The audience would be around founders, tech enthusiasts, and developers itself, which makes this platform very interesting for the launch. Obviously, you need to understand the strategies with respect to how to launch the product on the platform in order to make the most impact. So you can see these are some of the products that are listed in here, and these are the featured top 15 to 20 products that you see on the screen right now. If you open up all the products, literally 50 to 100 products are launched daily, and Mondays are exceptionally competitive. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays don't have that much volume. So the best time to launch would be between Tuesday to Thursday. And this, trust me, takes your entire day because you have to ensure that not only you list the product and listen to what the users are saying, but you need to engage with your users throughout the day in order to get good visibility for your product. On top of that, if you open any of the products here right now, you would notice that there's relatively decent amount of time that went into creating these graphics and images and so on and so forth. So as a user, you will be expected to do all of these things if you want to get any sort of visibility, because if you don't have this well optimized, Product Hunt won't even feature your product, which means you will draw very little visibility for your product in general. Even if you end up getting a lot of supporters from different platforms, if you don't have your page well optimized, it will not work. Now, how do you build a community on Product Hunt? And I think this is one of the platforms that makes it very, very easy. If you are consistently logging in on Product Hunt, you would see a streak that is built like this. A higher streak would not necessarily give your product more weightage, but it would still help you, build a community that will engage with your product once it's live. So, and on top of that, you also have the options to create these posts on Product Hunt, where you can add a new discussion and tell people about your journey with respect to how you build something, what are the new things that you're trying out, and so on and so forth. And you can also engage with people who are constantly posting on the platform, which will not only increase the amount of visibility that you get on the platform, but it will also push other people to support you when you launch your product. If I open my profile right now, you would see that I've been here for a quite while now, and you can see I've launched a bunch of different products, and I'm planning to launch more in the near future. So this is the go-to platform for developers because this will not cost you any money and will still give you a decent amount of exposure for your product. So if you actually go to Twitter and click on explore and open and look up someone like Levels.io, his name is Peter, and he built all of his products right here on Twitter. He's been building in public with respect to the amount of money that he's making for each of the products. You can see these are the products that he has launched, and it also kind of tells you the amount of money that he's making per product. Now, this visibility allows other people to not only, stay subscribed and follow him, but he also has the opportunity to promote his products on the platform itself, right? And he also has the opportunity, because he has a huge following of 574k users, it gives him a great marketing platform to promote all of his products as well. So you can see majority of his posts will talk about his own product in a way where he's basically just marketing at this point by talking about this product. And this is just one of the examples. There are so many people who built great products primarily by leveraging their Twitter audience. And a lot of these people who support each other are developers, but because these developers like and support your platform, it does increase your visibility to other segments as well, like business, where there is actually the need for products that people like are building. A lot of people think that if it's new for them, how do they start on Twitter? Obviously, I haven't been able to engage as much on Twitter, but if you use hashtags like build in public, let me look that up for you. So this is the hashtag, and here essentially a lot of people who are new and are building in public by sharing their successes, failures, and all of that relatively often get good amount of visibility for the platform itself. And if you are a new developer but you know how to draw engagement, or if you already have a pre-existing community on Twitter, then it will be easier for not only building your current products on Twitter but also getting visibility on, let's say, your launches for Product Hunt and so on and so forth. So this is one of the definitely go-to platform in scenarios where you want to build your product, and the kind of posts that you should target in scenarios where, let's say, you want to kind of get more developers to follow you is transparency with respect to the amount of money you're making. Obviously that will invite a lot of copycats as well, but that's the kind of trade-off that you'll need to make in order to grow your following on Twitter. Maybe your current product does not do that well, maybe the products in the future will do well, but regardless you will have to post about the product that you're building in order to get any visibility for the product. The next platform that I want to talk about here would be AppSumo. I know this is unconventional and a lot of people don't talk about it, but this is one of the products that is listed on AppSumo at this point of time, and you can see we've received 43 positive reviews, like almost all of them are positive, and we've made decent amount of money every month from AppSumo, primarily because this allows us to reach the audience that we wouldn't otherwise reach if we were just primarily trying to sell on the website itself. To give you a perspective, we have around 2100 paid users. Obviously all of these are lifetime users, but almost 70% of these users come from AppSumo, and the conversion rate on AppSumo is actually very, very high as opposed to the conversion rate that you typically see on, let's say, people landing on website and then X percentage of the people activating and so on and so forth. So all of those steps being skipped because your product is featured on AppSumo. A lot of the people who are technically savvy will subscribe to the product. The major drawback of this approach, I would say, is the amount of refunds that people make. You can see there is a 60-day money back guarantee. So a lot of people will just try your product for 2 months and then refund that money. So if you're building a product that costs you recurring money, then maybe this is not the direction that you should be taking for the product itself. And again, if I wasn't clear enough, this is the platform that only features lifetime deals. You won't be able to build your and post your SaaS subscription-based product on the platforms. You also have to keep in mind the integration that you will have to make with AppSumo in order to make the whole flow work. You will have to ensure that the codes are correctly activated, deactivated as users, experiment and decide to refund or not refund your product as they buy them. But definitely one of the best places to launch the platform, and especially to get feedback. So before we launched on Product Hunt, the version that Ollie was on was 1.2, and today I think it's been 5 months since we launched on AppSumo, and we are currently on version 2.2. So it gives you a lot of feedback, a lot of visibility from the users, and definitely helps you get some early users. It's one of the best platforms to launch your product on, especially if it's a lifetime based product. Number 4 would be Reddit. And I know a lot of people think that this is a hard platform to market, and I agree with you, primarily because it's a hive mindset on Reddit. What I basically mean by that is that if you post something, firstly, you need to follow the community guidelines, otherwise you'll be immediately banned. But regardless, you end up posting something, and if one person comments negatively saying that, hey, I don't like this platform, then everyone in the comments is going to say the similar thing. So it's more like a hive mindset, and you can't directly promote your product. You need to be subtle with your promotion. So for example, here's a good example of a subtle promotion, right? So my Product Hunt alternative brings in 4K per month. Now, nowhere has this guy mentioned about the link of the platform, but he is still subtly promoting it because people in the comments have already asked what platform he's talking about. So the idea is you need to be subtle with your promotion, and if you're able to do this, this is going to drive you insane traffic. You can see this has 753 upvotes and 257 comments. It definitely has more than 100k views on this post, which basically means that a lot of founders who are relevant and a lot of people who launch their side projects will look at this platform as one of the alternatives where they want to, promote and market their product. If you go through the chat itself, at some point, I'm sure you will find a link to this platform. So there you go, right? He's already posted how he's promoting and making money off of the platform itself. So you will definitely find posts like these, and a lot of people will be interested to engage with the platform because he's clearly stating that he's making 4K per month. So most people are going to ask, how are you promoting it? And then he's going to market his product that way. And that is what I mean by subtle marketing. If you can figure out a Reddit marketing strategy, you won't even need like a ad marketing strategy and so on and so forth. You just need to know how to market it on Reddit, and you can get 100K impressions, which you would not even get from ads without spending $400 to $500. So one of the best platforms, to be very, very honest. The next platform that I want to talk about is again Hacker News, which kind of feels like a very, less used platform for this, but I would disagree, because let's take a look at this. Tiny Glade built its way to greater than 600K sold in a month, right? So in a way, while they are directly talking about the amount of money they are making, in a way they are marketing their product, right? People are going to be interested to learn more about how they're making money, and plus what people are saying about the product in general. So you can see a lot of people are going to either appreciate it or say that this is not a good idea and so on. So almost like a discussion forum of sorts. But in a way, they're talking about your product. And if you can get people to talk about your product, even if it's negative, it's going to do that marketing for you. And in my opinion, it's very similar to Reddit, because here too, in some way or the other, there is hive mindset, but end of the day, people here are more genuine, and when it comes to giving you feedback, as opposed to, let's say, Reddit or Product Hunt in general, right? Product Hunt, in my opinion, while is a great platform for backlinks and stuff, it only happens if you end up in top 10. Otherwise, you're not going to get the visibility. Otherwise, you're not going to get the backlinks. So especially today, as of recent, it's very, very hard to get any sort of visibility, because the amount of fake profiles on the platform also make it hard to get any visibility, because they are only going to upvote the product that they have been paid to support, and it's going to be very hard for you as a solo developer to get any visibility. Now, as promised, I have 2 more bonus platforms for you, which I have very little experience in, and I'm going to be very clear and honest about that. One of the first platforms is Betalist, and although the platform does not have as much traffic as Product Hunt, it can give you a very solid backlink, which can improve the visibility of your product insanely, right? A lot of founders also look at this platform as a way to search the tools that they need for day-to-day work. So this is definitely one of the platforms where you should list your product. And I think it's actually simple to just submit your, startups here, as opposed to, doing it on or marketing it on Reddit and Twitter and so on and so forth. The next platform would be Microlaunch.net. And again, this is similar to Product Hunt, but this is for smaller products. And if you can go through some of the posts here, it looks very similar to Product Hunt. Just that it has a lot of these things like idea, product, roasts, that kind of make this platform different than Product Hunt, but it still gives you the amount of visibility, and on top of all of that, it gives you a backlink which can drive good amount of users to your platform. So these are the top 5 platforms with 2 bonuses that you should be listing on if you are an engineer or a developer or a founder looking to market their products. I use 5 of these platforms very often. I am still to do very well on Twitter, still to do very well on Reddit and Hacker News, but I've been doing well on Product Hunt and AppSumo. So I am still learning, and I can continue posting all of these things if you think that this is adding value to you, and I'd love to do that more often. But these are the top 5 platforms that you should be posting on, and thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.